A room with a view of the whole city. Fashion luxury, that's what he's got pretty.
Never ever Eurowings. Yes, I somehow have that. My standard slogan, yes, that was the one, never ever Eurowings. And I still remember how many people always wrote and said, man, Han has to fly Eurowings again and so on. No, I'm not doing that. No way. I will never fly Eurowings. And then there was this story that you wrote, you could do a story like that. I then wrote back at the time, okay, I'll do it. I will fly Eurowings once, but only if it fits. And when I fly Eurowings, I want to take the shortest route that Eurowings offers. I found that route, which was from Hamburg to Cologne-Bonn. It was a matter of, yes, I believe 37 minutes. It went incredibly fast. It even brought me a certain amount of joy and fun. Let's start. What was there actually? First of all, this check-in thing at Hamburg Airport, that's all fine. There is the option to drop off luggage, and you can also do it yourself. And then there is also the story that you have a priority counter specifically for us Circle members and for bizclass guests. I believe senators are even allowed in there. And then I had the ticket printed out because I didn't want to do it myself. I wanted to see what the service was like. Everything was very nice and friendly. Then I asked again, how does it work with the lounge and the fast lane? So if you are in business class and I am flying business class, I can go through the fast lane, allowing me to enter relaxed through the fast lane. And it was not so crowded at Hamburg Airport for once, so it worked well. I also went into the Hamburg Senator and Business Lufthansa lounge. You could get in there as well. And now comes the small difference. You only have access to the Business Lufthansa lounge, but not to the Senator. Well, there isn't a big difference anyway. Nevertheless, I have an Amex card and I submitted it, and that works too. One can enter the Senator area with an Amex card and a Eurowings bizclass ticket. At least you have a nice view there. It's quite nice when the sun is shining a bit, then you can sit outside. That always has something beautiful about it, and so I enjoyed that as well. The quality of the lounge, well, it is what it is, not overwhelming, but everything was relatively there. A bit of cleanliness should still be checked again, and the restrooms are still subpar. And then I headed towards check-in. And the nice thing is, as a business class passenger, you have the same status as HON Circle members and senators. I think that's great. Yes, you are really on equal footing because you are in Group 1. So I stood in Group 1 right away and was the first on board. That's how it starts. I had to wait a little, and I let some people go ahead of me because I was having fun with it. I wanted to shoot a few shorts. And I really had to realize that many HON Circle senators fly with Eurowings, which I wouldn't have thought. They fly in economy, and I fly business class. So from that side, I had a nice front business class. And I was lucky that I had 2 rows to myself, as there were only 5 or 6 people in total in the front section, and the others were relatively well filled. And then I really had to say there was a nice employee there who made good announcements, funny, witty somehow. The purser at the front, an Italian, also made good announcements and provided good service. However, the quality of the food served is very poor. It is really just very bad industrial goods. But what happens, and many seem to do this, is that they take these measures, get them served, take them with them, and also water. And then again, I had a small vodka given to me and so on. So all of this is available. You can get it there. And if you want 2 vodkas, you can also get 2 vodkas, so it's unlimited. The only thing was the food in 2001, and they all took a pretzel, smeared with cheese. The other one was probably inedible, and that was kind of nice. So I have to say, you can choose what you want there, and you get it. I had a beer, and then it was a short yet entertaining flight. So from that perspective, it was undramatic, and then when you arrive, well, it's just so cheap. You notice that in a Ryanair kind of way. You arrive, there's a staircase, and then you walk across the tarmac. Of course, when it doesn't rain and the weather is fine, it really has a nice story to tell. You can take some photos outside and enjoy walking around. But even Cologne-Bonn, just this airport, when you walk there, Holy Mary, up to the right, down to the right, in front of BAM. You need more time for the run to the, yes, I took your rental car to the rental car thing up front. By the way, there's a review of when you needed it for the flight. Well, Cologne-Bonn is completely congested, and this departure, which goes back with this aircraft directly, means that people have already been seated again. So you somehow get there after you've walked up the stairs, and then you come out, and you've arrived. I have to say, well, for a business class, I think I was lucky. What did I pay? I think $350. But you can also pay $400 or $500. So the prices are rising in these qualities. You just have to look a bit, combine things, and then it will work out. And I can say, never ever Eurowings. I really enjoyed it, truly. It was a good story. I found a good flight, one that I took because there was only this plane, and taking the train is out of the question for me, for God's sake. Sitting there with all those knife wielders and other things, you sit there, the train passenger, and someone comes and stabs you in the back. God, I wouldn't travel by train at all these days. So I flew this short route and must say, the only airline that flies from Hamburg to Cologne-Bonn is Eurowings. I have to thank you for that. It was nice, the price was reasonable, the service was good, and the quality on board. Yes, cleanliness could be a bit better, but that's how it is with airlines these days. I arrived safely. And that's what matters. I would say one thing is clear. If I were to fly with Eurowings again, it would only be for a maximum of 1 hour in business class or bizclass. I have the same status, and when I book practically like other HON Circuit members, there is no question about it. Nevertheless, the motto from Der Horn remains, Lifetime HON, never ever Eurowings.